everybody. What a wonderful day it is that I get to talk to you again and we get to read another story. I love story time. I think story time is my favorite time of every day. Some days I love story time so much that I read 2 stories because I love stories. I love them. I love them so much. Sometimes I'll just tell little stories all day long. I love them. Well, I'm here from another room with you, and let's see. Do you know what room I'm in? I'm in the playroom. I know. I love the playroom. And the playroom is so exciting because such wonderful things happen here. So you might be wondering, what is different in the playroom? Well, a few things are different. One thing that's different is sometimes when you were in the playroom last year, there were lots of kids in the playroom. And the playroom was filled with kids. And there were so many kids. And maybe you wanted to do something, but somebody else was doing it because there were just so many kids. It was so filled. And this year, it's not going to be so filled with kids. You're only going to be in here with like 2 or 3 other children at a time. So you'll always be able to do things. Not only that, there's going to be games going on where you have to stand in a specific spot, and you might play like a game where you have to touch your head and then touch your feet and then touch your head, and you're really good at those games. Or games where you have to dance in your circle. We're going to be doing so many fun things with games. And then as far as toys, there's a couple of new things. Remember how I just said like 30 seconds ago that sometimes you would come in and like somebody would be doing something and you'd be like, oh, but I really want to play with Legos. And they're playing with Legos. Well, that's why we're doing something a little bit different this year. Just like in the other rooms, there's little different things. And we have individual bags of Legos. So if you come in and you want to play Legos, you get your own set of Legos. That's really neat. And in this set of Legos that Ellie made, because she's so good with Legos, so good. She's done Legos like her whole life. So in this set, there's not only like Lego pieces, but there's like wheels. And this one, it looks like it has a little guy in there. Do you see the little guy? A little guy in there. And I think there's a couple little guys. And there's so many sets of Legos. Should I show you? I'll show you. Oh, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. So many sets of Legos. So that means everyone, like if everybody that day wants to play with Legos, they'll all get their own set when they come in here. And they'll never have to use somebody else's set. They'll always have their own, which is awesome. So I think that's like one of the coolest things. So I wanted to show you one really neat thing in every room. And this is, I think, the one really neat thing I'll show you in this room, even though I could probably show you 1,000 really neat things in this room. This is one of them. So it wouldn't be complete though if we didn't have a story. And I thought to myself, well, there's probably a lot of stories to tell about playing, but I thought instead I would read kind of a silly story. Because sometimes when you're in play, you can be a little silly. So I thought I would read one of my favorite silly stories. Actually, I think I say with every book that it's one of my favorites. And this book was my daughter's favorite book at Children's Workshop. She loved this book. She loved this book so much that she came home from Children's Workshop and she said, Mommy, can you see if you can get this book for at home? And I did, because she loved it. And then I read it so many times. And it's called Good Thing You're Not an Octopus. That's kind of a funny title to begin with. Good Thing You're Not an Octopus. So let's read this story by Julie Marks. Oh, look at those pants. There's a lot of legs on those pants. I wonder if there's 8 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wonder who they're for. Let's see. You don't like to get dressed in the morning? It's a good thing you're not an octopus. If you were an octopus, you would have 8 legs to put in your pants. Oh, there's those pants from the first page. Ooh. Good thing thing he doesn't have 8 legs. You don't like to put on your shoes? It's a good thing you're not a caterpillar. If you were a caterpillar, you would have 16 feet to put shoes on. Oh, look at all those little shoes. So many little shoes, so many little shoes. You don't like to ride in your car seat? It's a good thing you're not a kangaroo. If you were a baby kangaroo, you would have to ride in your mother's pouch. Actually, that looks kind of cozy. Doesn't that kangaroo look a little cozy? You don't like to eat your lunch? It's a good thing you're not a bird. If you were a bird, you would have to eat worms for lunch. Nope. You don't like to take a nap? It's a good thing you're not a bear. If you were a bear, you would have to nap all winter long. That's a long nap. You don't like to take a bath? It's a good thing you're not a tiger. If you were a baby tiger, your mother would have to lick you clean. Oh. You don't like to brush your teeth? It's a good thing you're not a shark. If you were a shark, you could have 200 teeth to brush. Oh, that's a lot of teeth. So, the next time you need to get dressed, go for a ride, eat your lunch, take a nap, take a bath, or brush your teeth, remember, it's a good thing that you're you. Whew! It is a good thing that you're you, because none of those things can come to school. We can't have any sharks at school, only pretend sharks. No birds allowed in the building. They don't know how to sit in chairs. And those caterpillars, oh, that would be a lot of shoes to tie. That would be a lot of shoes to tie. That was a pretty silly book. I really like that story. And I really like the playroom. So I really can't wait till you come and you get to see all of the things that we have in play and in art and in my room and all of the great ways that we are going to do things together here at school. Well, I'll talk to you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.